I'm Louisa Lovelock, a correspondent for The Washington Post, and I accompanied a group of Iraqi soldiers on January 17th as they headed towards the home of an alleged ISIS financier in the city of Fallujah. This is the new face of the fight against ISIS as the US withdraws troops from Iraq. With the group's caliphate ousted from Iraq and then from Syria, the need for US airstrikes and ground troops has diminished, and now Iraqi security forces are taking the lead on the next phase of the battle. Iraqi soldiers have been hunting ISIS fighters in the country's rural areas or in urban centres like Fallujah, seen here. But on this night, they had received a tip from what they described as a secret informant that led to this arrest of a man that they described as a member of ISIS. But human rights groups have criticised the Iraqi security forces' reliance on these secret informants. They argue that while many can provide important information, the process does not rule out the possibility that individuals are using the process to settle personal scores and without accountability. Iraq's US-trained elite force, the Counterterrorism Service, says it has arrested some 350 militants in the past 6 months. Some of these were during active military operations, others were during nighttime raids like this one. Judicial records show that more than 20,000 people are currently jailed on terrorism charges in Iraq, and they're often held in detention centres that security and judicial officials say are overwhelmed. Colonel Wayne Morotto, a spokesman for the US-led coalition, said that US and partner forces, and that includes Iraqis, have completed 68 operations against alleged ISIS militants in 2021. He did not elaborate on the types of missions involved. But 3 years after Iraq announced the official defeat of the Islamic State group here, security officials estimate that there are still several thousand militants in the country. For the most part, they are laying low, or they're exploiting security gaps in rural areas, launching small-scale attacks like this one, where Iraqi soldiers are seen looking at a bike that, and they don't know it yet, is rigged with explosives. Iraq's military says the video was shot by one of the militants close by as one of the soldiers starts to drive the vehicle. 2 minutes after picking up the bike, it explodes. But ISIS is still capable of greater carnage too. On January 21st, 2 suicide bombers killed at least 32 people in a crowded Baghdad market. In the past, the militants have frequently targeted busy and ill-defended areas like this one, and in this case, the blast hit a second-hand clothes store for the urban poor. While the US drawdown from Iraq has left domestic forces taking the lead on missions against ISIS, Iraqi security officials say that intelligence support from the US-led coalition remains vital to defeating the militant group's networks. But questions also linger about the capacity of Iraq's security forces, with or without US support, to defeat the group militarily in the absence of sustained social and economic reforms to counter the conditions that enable the militants' rise in the first place.